Welcome back, everybody. We're back with another episode of Beyond These Sessions. Today's guest is our SI leader, Ace. Ace has been here 2 semesters now. Yes. Support. Well, actually, I'll have you introduce yourself and the course you support and like major.
Okay. So my name is Ace, and I've supported CHEM 1B my first semester, and then I am now supporting BIOL 1A this semester. Was there another?
Major.
Oh, major. Oh, yeah. My major is biology, and I'm minoring in chemistry and Spanish.
1 degree is not enough. All right, Ace. So just a little bit about you. What made you interested in biology as like your major?
I would say it started in high school. I've always thought that I wasn't really good at STEM, so I kind of didn't navigate toward that area. But in my junior year, I had a professor. She was a biologist, and she started talking about genetics, and she mentioned like CRISPR and how they use that to mutate, like fix genes. And so I thought that was really interesting, and I think that was like one of my favorite like topics during that semester of high school. So that's kind of why I chose biology.
Okay. Would you say that like, because I feel like sometimes people pick their major and obviously they pick in high school and stuff, but sometimes when they get to college, like their major's not what they expected.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, before biology, I was actually pre-health. So it wasn't kind of what I expected at first. But then I changed it after like taking more courses like the general ed and like bio 1A, and I was like, oh yeah, I kind of like this. And so that's why I changed it. But
nice. And you have a minor in chemistry. So it's from someone who didn't think STEM was for her, I think you're pretty STEM based.
Yes. Yeah, honestly, I picked it up because I was also, since I'm pre-med, so I had to do prereqs. I was like, okay, well, I only have to take one more class. So I was like, okay, I'll just take chemistry. And I also kind of liked it too. It is hard, like organic, but it's kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie. And like even like being able to be like an SI leader to help like those courses with like students who may be struggling, like I think that in itself like helps me as well because I get to review all that content again.
Right. Yeah. So, okay. So at what point would you say that you kind of initially were interested in pre-med?
It was after my mom's diagnosis. So it was like a family personal reason. And that was in my junior year of high school. So that's why I chose pre-health, because originally I wanted to be a nurse. But then I chose pre-med afterwards because I started like putting myself in the position of like being more in the hospital and like healthcare. So that's why I chose pre-med. And so far it's hard. It's really hard, but it's fun. Because you get to grow as like a person, like your leadership and all the skills that are important to become like a leader.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't easy going through that with your mom, and having like read your personal, statement before, like I definitely know a little bit more about your journey, which I don't know how much you want to get into, but honestly, on my end, like I would have like never imagined, it really was a reminder that so many folks go through so many things and carry so much with them. And to see that kind of be an inspiration for you going into obviously like medicine, is incredible. So yeah. Well, I asked just if that, like, I guess your experience in like being in hospitals or, obviously navigating that with your mom, if you felt like, how do I word this? Like, if you felt like you guys knew what you were dealing with, because I feel like a lot of times like the jargon that's being used and for families, like how do you, being on the receiving end of that, because like now you're gonna, eventually be on the flip side of like with like patients and like their families, but like a lot of times I find that folks that have had a personal like connection to that, whether it's like somebody in their family or like themselves, either really liked the care that they had or maybe felt like there was a gap in the care that they had.
No, yeah, for sure. Like during that time, I think, which is another big reason also for like pre-med, is like you realize that you're not able to advocate for them as well as you wished, like especially like after learning specific jargon or specific like things that were happening to them, like certain procedures, or even medications. Like even that itself is like, what are the symptoms, and like having that information is like really important. So yeah, it's definitely like hard navigating it like on the receiving end, and I think that is a big like reason why I chose it, because being able to like educate families, especially like Hispanic like communities, which are like a big part of like healthcare, but then you see like the language barriers and then not knowing like if they can trust the physician because of their culture and all of that stuff, is like really important. And I think that's a big reason why I also strive for like becoming a physician that can take care of like the Central Valley minority like communities. But yeah, it was difficult. But for sure there was still like good like a healthcare team for her. And like her nurse that was assigned to her, like she was amazing. And she helped us navigate a lot of like the hard parts of it, and and being there for my mom, like she became like her best friend. And so like definitely there's a healthcare team that definitely supports you. And so
Awesome. Okay, so a little bit more about like your family. Do you have siblings?
Yeah, so I have 6 half siblings. So my mom had children prior to me and my little sister. So I have like 7, but they already moved out. They have their own lives. So it was just me and my little sister for even now, like growing up. We've always been really close. And she's graduating this year, so it's exciting.
Yeah. Is she coming here?
Maybe, but I think she's going to go to a community college.
Okay. Yeah. Save some money, yeah. Okay. All right. Were you the first in your family to go to college?
I wasn't the first, but we are first generation. But like, I'm the second, so. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, what made you pick Fresno State?
I chose Fresno State because it was close to home. I think that was like the biggest reason.
Where's home?
Here in Fresno. Yeah, here in Fresno. This is home.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was close to like my family. Most of my family resides here, whether it's in Fresno or like Madera or.
It's about as close as you can get to home.
So it was pretty close. So that's why I decided to stay in Fresno. I also went to University High School, which is the high school on campus.
Wait, so you played instruments?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, what'd you play?
I played violin. Yeah.
We're going to have a talent show.
Oh! That'll be fun.
Episode 2, she's going to bring her violin.
Yeah. I'm going to put on a performance. But yeah, so I also went to that high school, so I definitely like took courses during my like junior year, senior year, like at high school, at Fresno State. So having already like the credits here, that kind of also pushed me to like come to like Fresno State.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I should have chose a different place, because the experience and you get to grow individually, not with like support. And
well, med school will give you that.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're waiting till then, but yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, no. So wait, because I feel like every time we get folks from university high school, they already kind of know other folks on the team before joining, or like they join together.
Yeah. I know someone that went there, I believe. Maybe? I think so, yeah. Oh, yeah, Roman. I know Mary has also gone. I know Annika for a time. Then she was an SI leader. She also went to university. So, yeah, there are definitely some SI leaders.
A lot of SI leaders. That's good. So, Okay, so you're a student at Fresno State. You start getting emails about being an SI leader. What made you kind of take that leap?
I saw it and I was like, before that, or at the time, I was taking organic chemistry. So I had an SI leader, and I really liked like SI. I was like, oh, this is really helpful. Like, I might only be passing organic because of my SI leader, you know? So, and then I get to like meet new people there too. So I was like, oh, it doesn't seem too bad. So I was like, okay. I opened the notification, you know, it's like, oh, become an SI leader. And then I was like, okay, I'll apply. And I also like the courses. Well, I knew there were courses that I could like help with, so support. And so I was like, okay, well, we'll see if I get the job, you know. And so I applied, and then I did the interview, and I was like, oh yeah, I know all this stuff because, you know, I saw my SI leader do this, and I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, and so far it's been a really nice journey, like being able to support the students, especially like in those hard courses, and even like the students' feedback and seeing them ask me to like support other courses, like it is really nice because it means like I'm making a difference.
Yeah,
so.
And now you're going to be switching again. So you went chem, bio, and then you're going to go back to chem.
Yeah. It's been a journey.
Yeah.
But, you know, I get to meet new professors and review content, so I think it's a plus for me, too.
Yeah, for sure, building a relationship with different faculty. I mean, I know it's obviously an easier transition when people continue the same course, same partnering, because you know exactly what to expect. But, but, like, when you're done with SI, you'll definitely have a lot more folks that can kind of speak to your work experience and hopefully more letters of rec and stuff like that. But that's good. So, I mean, you kind of talked a little bit about it, so that may be already your answer. But what would you say kind of, you know, what is it that you love most about your job?
I would say I love the students. I think like genuinely like being able to see them continue going to SI, and even just like having them talk to me or say hi when I'm walking like in the halls, like it's like, oh, you know, they actually like care about like the SI leader, like they actually like are generally like thankful for SI. And so I think being able to see them grow as well, and get those scores that they want, and you know, they continue coming, like seeing that is the part that I love about SI, because it means it makes a difference in their lives. They take the time to come to SI, and seeing that is like really nice, because you know that they care also, and hopefully it's a way like they can like meet other people as well, and so yeah.
What would you say is like the most challenging part of it? It's like planning forms prep.
Yeah. I would say planning forms. Yeah, I think planning forms is pretty challenging. For sure, definitely challenging when you first like become an SI leader, because you're like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know how much detail I need, you know. My planning forms used to be like 6 pages long. They were long.
That's crazy. Yeah. You were spending more than 3 hours.
Yeah, I was. Thankfully, with my mentor, Layla. So thankfully, Layla helped me a bit. And so she was like, okay, you need to fix this and this. And so, like, thankfully, it doesn't take that long anymore. So it's much better. And I get into the flow now. But still, it can be pretty challenging because you want to have like all these requirements, and maybe that's not even the difficult part. Maybe it's just when you're actually in the session, you kind of forget sometimes. You're like, oh yeah, I should have done that.
Gotcha.
But a lot of it I feel like is also like adapting. There's a lot of adaptation during SI.
Yeah, no, a lot of things. Yeah, I mean, you don't even know how many students you're getting. Or things, maybe technology doesn't work, or you kind of find out in the moment that like what you had planned isn't going the way you wanted. So it's like, how do I adapt and pivot in this and as the session's going? So Yeah, what would you say if, like, looking at your experience with SI, obviously, like, starting the role and, like, now coming back as, like, a veteran SI leader, you come in with a lot more experience, kind of knowing what to anticipate. But what would you say is maybe the area that you've seen like within yourself, either that you've gained because of SI or like you strengthened because of SI?
I've gained a lot. I'm really thankful for SI and you guys for giving me the opportunity to be an SI leader. I'm way more vocal than I used to be, and I think that's like the biggest thing that I'm really proud of, because my mentors pushed me, and then I also pushed myself, to continue striving towards that goal. And so that's something I'm really proud of, being able to vocalize the sessions, like plan or how I want students to do a certain thing when reviewing content. And so like that's the biggest skill that I've gone from SI, but also even like the organization like of it, like knowing that you're able to organize like a planned session is important, because you can apply that to like anything, like even for like your to-dos, like in school or anything outside. A lot of it's applicable to outside things.
Yeah, for sure. I know. I mean, like you kind of also talked about like obviously going into like healthcare and you're saying like there's folks in this case like potentially families, right, that aren't necessarily grasping what's going on or understanding kind of like the verbiage used and stuff in like hospitals. And so like there's like those fundamental 5, right, like you definitely can still practice a lot of that. And and like checking for understanding is obviously like going to be huge, because it's like you want to be like, oh yeah, you understood what I got it, cool, you're on your own now. But no, yeah, that's a good point. What would you say, because there's still quite a few folks on the team that like maybe are reserved or are quieter, so what would you say maybe kind of helped you branch out initially, or what would be some of like the steps to take to kind of
I would say, I think for if you wanted to like be more vocal in like your sessions, for sure, like you have to go into the mindset that you're trying to like support these students, and so you're only going to be able to support these students if you're going to be loud, right? And you're able to facilitate a good session. So you have to keep them in mind, and even just like personal growth, like if you want to like achieve these things, you got to push yourself, even if it is scary, and it is scary. But like you have to think about how you're gonna gain from it, and then not only that, but like collaborating with others, like that's important. Because maybe it's not just you, maybe other people are kind of shy, so like being the first one to be like, oh hey, can I get help with like an icebreaker or like a session idea, and for sure like all the SI leaders are like really kind, so they'll help you, and then you make a relationship like that, like a friendship. I
think it's that initial, or I guess that initiating piece for a lot of folks, right? Because I think when you go and talk to people, everyone's friendly and nice and stuff, but I think people are just kind of scared to take that first step, if you will, of like asking for help, because that itself I think is a scary thing for a lot of overachievers on the team. So I think there's sometimes this perception like, or asking for help means like I don't know what I'm doing or something like that. So
I mean, it's okay not to know. It's okay not to know, because if you talk to someone who does know, which is kind of like what SI does, like maybe these students are struggling to review this content, and maybe a helpful way to review it. So something they don't know, but they're still coming and they're still trying to learn like better ways to study the content. And so it's kind of like that. I feel like it's definitely something like, it's scary, but it's for your growth.
I mean, in the moment people don't necessarily enjoy it, but I get it. Okay, so let's see, what would be, maybe kind of moving away from SI a bit, what would be something that like people just wouldn't assume, like unless they like specifically asked you, like what's something that might kind of being expected?
For SI?
Yeah. Or no, just like about you.
Oh, about me?
Yeah, like people wouldn't assume blank.
I guess I don't know actually. They wouldn't assume. I mean, I guess I'll just use something that like that I've written on the fact sheet. It was the duck.
wait. I'm gonna have to wait.
Oh wait, actually, maybe never mind.
Maybe not that one because it's gonna mess with the activity.
Oh, true. Okay, not that one. They wouldn't assume. I guess I'm president of a club on campus. I'm development coordinator of another club on campus. So, and I'm also part of our CLS, so I put on like volunteer events. So maybe they wouldn't assume those things that I'm a part of. And then for some time I was a PAW as well, so with the health center.
Yeah, I saw you doing social media with them one time, and I was like, oh, she's not shy. We need to get her in our content videos.
But yeah, I guess those are some of the stuff that I'm involved in on campus that maybe like people wouldn't assume like I'm a part of.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, she's involved.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about your club.
Okay. So my club is SACNAS. It stands for Society of Advancement for Chicanos, Hispanos, and Native Americans in Science. It's a long,
you can remember
long
it.
name. But I became a part of the club when I was in my sophomore year. So, and now I'm entering my senior year next semester, so it's been quite a while. I was first public coordinator, so like I did social media, and then now I've been president, and so we'll be part of Vintage Days too. But
she's
yeah.
like, visit our booth.
Visit our booth. But yeah, like my club it's supposed to like support students in STEM, which I think is also kind of relatable to like SI and everything like else that I do. But it's a club that's part of like a national organization. So we're recognized. So we're actually a chapter also on campus, not just a club. And we work closely with like CASA, and our advisor is Miss Lilia. So we work together to like put on events to support students, and then just for them to like network, because networking is like really important. And yeah, and we had a conference. Like I went to the conference last semester with some of the SI leaders. That was the national conference, the SACNAS national conference, and I was able to see like the SI leaders present their research and just seeing everyone and getting to know people, and so it was really, really helpful, and honestly like something that I didn't even know beforehand that occurred. But
yeah, and that, I mean, I guess the nice thing is I think a lot of I myself was a student that didn't necessarily get too involved, but really college is much more than the degree, right? I think you walk away with a lot of connections, you walk away with a lot of experiences, and I think that's really the enriching piece for it. So I think once you take the step to kind of get involved with something, whether it's, you know, joining SI or like some kind of on-campus job or on-campus club or things like that, like you kind of open the door to like, okay, now I'm willing to do more things because you realize like, oh, like I actually really enjoy this. So nice. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and kind of wrap up with some rapid fire questions. So coffee or energy drinks?
Energy drinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any particular flavors?
Red Bull.
Okay. What's your favorite? What's your Red Bull flavor?
I'd say the original. I don't know what that's called, but the
yeah, that's fine. Original works. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
I'm a night owl. Yeah.
Nice. Beach or mountains?
Mountains. Oh, I love mountains.
Yeah. Text or calls? I feel like Chelsea's probably the only one that says calls. But
yeah, text.
Text. 8 a.m. class or night classes?
Oh, that one's hard. Night classes. Oh, 8 a.m. is hard.
Yeah. Okay. Study in silence or study with music?
Studying with music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite music artist?
Tame Impala for now. Yeah.
That was Roman's answer too, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your like Because he asked this like favorite song.
The favorite song, we'll have to go with Dracula.
Oh, okay. All right. She's current. Favorite place to eat in Fresno?
Favorite place to eat? I would say there's this place called Thai Season. It's really good. Yeah.
Where is it located?
Down Shaw. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All I know is Shaw. So. All right. Well, Ace, thank you so much for joining the podcast, for sharing about yourself. I think it's very evident, just like you lead with service for others, and I think that's definitely felt amongst all your roles. But thanks for sharing a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me too. I appreciate being able to give you guys a little more information about myself.